Hey, here I'll be installing dual boot firmware 4.60 by Alexander. He also recently uploaded the 4.60 Ferrox custom firmware since the June 24th 4.60 OFW update. Today's date is June 27th, I forgot to mention. Last night this dual boot 4.60 firmware just came out. And I wanted to make a video of me just running through the process. As you can see, I cut some of the installation short so we can get through this as quick as possible because the installation takes a little bit longer, all that. So altogether the process is about 30 minutes from start to end. So what I installed 4.60 dual boot firmware over was Rogero 4.55. I had Rogero 4.55 custom firmware before, which was QA toggled. So as the instructions stated, I installed the 4.60 official firmware directly from the XMB. And as a test, here I'm going to try to install the Rogero 4.55 again. And it's not going to work here by installing the Rogero 4.55 directly because the QA is no longer toggled. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to in fact install Rogero Downgrader. So as you can see in a second here, I get this error, the data is corrupt, so the QA flag is no longer toggled. Here I'm just going to show you that I made an attempt here at doing it in the recovery menu, and it doesn't work, doesn't even want to pick it up. So what we got to do is you got to download the Rogero 999 Downgrader, install that from the XMB, and then get the Rogero custom firmware 3.55 version 3.7 and install that from the XMB. And then you're ready to install whatever custom firmware you want again after that, or official firmware for that matter. So here I'm going to start. Now I'm going to install the Downgrader and from the XMB. So I guess I'll read a little bit on some features of this firmware. He disabled the ECDSA in level 0 loaders. Disabled ECDSA and SPU package. No function for CFW'S enabled, so no homebrew is going to work, no backups are going to work. No QA flag enabled, so if the QA flag was enabled, as I just demonstrated, it will no longer be enabled for the time being until you get it downgraded back to some other QA compatible firmware. And he states here a possible method of downgrading is to install the 999 Downgrader. Or an alternative, he says, downgrade 4.60 CFW. Now, I've never heard of a downgrade 4.60 CFW. I've never heard of a downgrade 4.55 CFW for that matter. So, I wonder what he means by that. Is there a firmware specifically used so you can install and then downgrade from there? I don't know. I don't think so. Downgrade CFW. I think he means just to install the custom firmware 4.60 because he came out with the Ferrox, right? And oh right, so the purpose of doing this is so you could play your original games online. The purpose of dual boot firmware is so that, like Habib released a while back, is so you can install essentially an official firmware, a modified official firmware that looks official, but later on you can install a custom firmware to get your custom firmware features back. So this, for the time being, if you have your hard copy discs and you want to play them online, this is why you would use it. Me, I'm not using it. I don't play online. It's not. I'd rather just wait it out. But this is out there. I wanted to put the information out. I also tested this on Slim CECH2501, and I'll be testing it on a FAT later on. I'm sure I'll get the same result. I'm sure it'll be fine. The model I'll be testing it is a CCHG, and then I have a CCHK, which I may or may not test it on as well. So the CCHG is a NAND motherboard. It's a NAND flash, 2 NAND flashes. And the CCHK has a NOR flash. I don't think it will make a difference, but we'll see. Okay, so that should have done it. Yeah, we got all our features back, and Multiman seems to be working fine. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. If you have any questions, please leave them below.